All right, here we go. That's it. That's all. I feel good now. I feel good.
I feel good.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Let's try not
that
to
word. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
So good.
Dum-ba,
So good.
bum-ba,
I got you.
bum-bum-bum-ba. That was good.
Ow.
That was
Thank
good.
you. Okay.
Well done.
You guys warmed up now?
Yeah.
That should be the intro.
Okay. All right. 5, 4, 3. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the HXC Blizzard podcast, and this is my intro. First, as always, we have Zista. What's up?
I just realized after listening to our music again, we haven't talked about Trogs in a while.
We haven't. That's
I miss
like
the Trogs.
blasphemy. I can't believe that's not been a thing.
I know.
Wow.
I miss
All
Trogs.
right. Well, Squishy, how are you?
Hi. Yeah.
Mention Trogs.
No, I used to bite my tongue,
Oh,
hold my breath, but since we're talking about Trogs, I think we're a little better off.
okay. Very good. All
I
right.
think he was just scared to rock the boat and make a mess.
I realized like 30 seconds before we were going on that I didn't write an intro this week, so that was it. Did you like it?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it
We'll
was
go
good.
with good.
I thought it was good. Oh man. So
Well, as long as you thought it was good.
I don't think I ever do bad things. I never do.
Yeah, I just sat quietly and then agreed politely.
So what actually do we have going on this week? We've got second half of Stratholme. Only a little bit to talk about in World of Warcraft news. Very little bit
The
in
interesting
Hearthstone.
with Strat is, I guess I just forgot I had a choice. I mean, you go with the live Strat, undead Strat. You know, they're both great. Love them both.
I like both of them. They're actually a lot. It's one of the instances I did a lot, leveling and then at 60 in vanilla. So what?
What?
All right, let's hop into some lore. Squishy's favorite segment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
The Syndicate's always so cute.
Oh, Josh.
I have nowhere to put my show notes. I'll put them here. That works for me.
This is so unorganized. God damn.
Let's throw him over Squishy's face.
That's fine, right? No? All right.
perfect.
What do we got? We got Stratholme, Undead, Service Gate side. Yeah, like Service Gate now, previously known as Undead side, which was... Now it can't be the Undead side because the whole instance is undead, so that would be a little weird, but it's basically the other half of the city. We talked about last week how it was Lordaeron's like crown jewel of a city. It was like the second biggest city. It was a really nice city, and then it was infected with the plague. And then Arthas went crazy and decided, let's just kill everyone. That'll solve that problem.
Well, spoilers for Culling of Stratholme there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Arthas just came in. He was like, "I let you push me past the breaking point." He couldn't have it anymore.
Yeah. He came in like a wrecking ball and just crushed everyone.
He stood for nothing and everything.
Yes.
This is true. He did.
But yeah, this week, oddly enough, most of these bosses haven't changed. The only boss that we noticed that had changed from the original incantation of this to now is the very last one, for some pretty obvious reasons, I guess, when we get there.
Right.
But did you want to start us off, Zista, with your boy?
I'm actually going to hand it off to you. Let's
Your
start
boy
with the
Darnell?
Postmaster Malone.
Okay.
Because Postmaster, he was one that you could do an either or, so he kind of fits in both. So,
Yeah, I could talk
because
about it.
of what there was one mailbox that you actually had that was in the undead side. All the rest were in the living side. So to finish and actually summon this boss, he technically would have been your first boss if you were to do it as a linear instance.
Yeah, yeah. So he basically was the postmaster for Stratholme, couldn't get out, was succumbed to the scourge, and now he haunts the city, making sure that nobody tampers with the mail. Yep, he's even said that not even hail, sleet, or snow will stop him. Yes.
That dedication.
Yeah.
You know, you can hold him down, but he'll get up.
My
Hey,
favorite parts about this guy are what he says when you get in touch, when you basically summon him. He has prepare to be Maloned. And if he kills someone, he yells, "You just got Maloned."
The second time around, that's not as funny.
It's still good. No. Here's the
It
other
is.
thing. For anyone here that actually knows anything about the NBA in the past, like, 20 years or whatever, he's yeah, there you go, Thadris. He's actually the rumor is it was a reference to the NBA All-Star or in Hall of Famer now, Call the Mailman Malone. His weapon
Is he also brushing off the dust of the mailboxes? Making sure there's no dust on top?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. No. But yeah, apparently he's a reference to Karl Malone. His colors of the set that he drops are purple. That's the same as the team that Karl Malone was on, and he has a two-handed
gold and
axe
purple.
or a two-handed mace called Malone's Slam. So I'm pretty sure it was a reference to Karl Malone, which
yeah, that's actually a really cool reference. I'm glad they snuck that in there.
kind of blew
I'm
my
not a
mind.
big NBA fan at all, but just to honor somebody like that,
I don't
within
even know
game
what the-
is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the NBA is, so.
Yeah. You're better off that way. It's fine.
Okay.
So you want to take this next one, Sister Baroness Anastari?
Yeah, so Barristan Aniston, while she lived, she just took whatever she wanted, and since she's been dead, she's done very much the same thing. Her soul is now separate from her body, and she's become a banshee, and she has material possessions that she loves, and she's just very sinister. She has this mind control ability, and I will never forget this.
Ugh.
When they started doing the Baron timed runs at the end of Vanilla, you had the Strath, and you had to clear the whole instance in under 20 minutes. My guild, we were clearing Naxxramas. We had a full Naxxramas geared tank with us, and we were selling runs to other people on the server, and we were doing it 3 DPS our tank. So 4 of us were from our guild, and we were just plowing through this thing. The first week we did it and we were selling it, our tank got mind controlled as a tank, and he had so much health and armor and dodge and block and all that stuff. We couldn't kill him, and he wiped the whole party out. It was insane. Like, it was ridiculous. From that point on, he had to take his gear off just before pulling that fight. We couldn't do it otherwise.
Mind control
awesome.
fights are the same now, or are the same now with Vengeance. If
Yeah.
they mind control a tank, oh boy, is it fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually let you
So
take the next
she was
guy.
a high elf. I know that much. She was formerly a high elf.
Yep.
She's right in front of one of the crystals, right?
Yeah, she guards the ziggurat crystals, and you need to break them, all 3 of them, to open up the gates to get to the final boss.
Yep.
Yeah. Even
Yep.
still, like now while leveling, that boss is a giant. I'm not
Jerk.
going to say the word, but jerk. Yeah. She still mind controls people, and then people die on that fight, and it's a giant pain.
Yeah. Yep. Anytime there's mind control in a fight, legit, even if you're doing it like out of level, sometimes it can be a pain. Just because it can't, like you said, someone with a lot of gear gets mind controlled, it hurts. Actually, I'm gonna let you take the next boss too, because you had something interesting to say about Stone Spine, that guard.
Yeah, we don't really know anything about Stonespine. He's supposedly a rare spawn from Strat, but I could never recall doing an instance of Strat that this bat was not in. He just flew around all the time. He had some boots, leather boots, I remember he dropped. He dropped a cape, something like that. The big part was he dropped the Scourge Stone, but I have never ever been in an instance of Strat that he has not been in, so I don't think he's a rare spawn at all. Like,
He rarely
he
isn't
just patrols half the instance. You know, usually as soon as you come through the second service gate after you clear the skeletons out, you go through that gate and you take the right to enter into the main room. So actually, just before Baroness, he's on that patrol, and I've never not gotten him.
there. Never not. Them double
Never not.
negatives. Oh, man.
So
All
I've
right.
always gotten him.
Yeah. So now we've got Naruban. No, I can't say this. Naruban Khan?
Try again.
Yeah. Naruban Khan. He's Spider-Man, basically.
Spider-Man.
Yep,
Peter
he
Parker.
is Peter Parker, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more referred to as a crypt fiend.
Oh,
Sophist, get it
sorry.
right.
I don't know. He fought during the War of the Spider. So, I think he's a Spider-Man. She
He's
succumbed to
a
her
Spider-Man.
wounds.
So there are multiple Peter Parkers. They cloned him?
Well, it's a she.
They must have.
Oh.
It's a she. It's a female Spider-Man.
Oh.
She succumbed to her wounds during the War of the Spider and then was raised into undeath under the Lich King. The War of the Spider is actually kind of interesting. We've mentioned it before, but it was basically when the Nerubians, I think is what they go by, Nerubian Empire. Yeah, when they fought against the Lich King, which is something I never even realized that they had their own empire. I just thought they were part of the Scourge. I didn't know that they actually fought the Lich King in Northrend for such a long time. They were immune to the plague, and they could not be turned. Obviously, I guess unless they died. So they were actually kind of a pain in the Lich King's neck there for quite a while. Eventually, the Lich King was able to take over their entire empire now. I'm not sure I'm sure that somewhere there might be some of them still free of the Scourge, but that was really the most interesting thing we came upon from this guy was the whole War of the Spider and that storyline. Aside from the fact she protects one of those ziggurats that we said before, the ones you need to kill all three. Or break down all three.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't move as well, so it was always annoying because I think there was trash either right in front of her or right behind her that you didn't want to pull, and it was just really annoying because you didn't know how close to get.
Yeah, and she did that like casting thing.
Yeah, she just kept casting. I think it was like Crypt Scarabs or something weird like that.
I think so.
You ever hear her voice? Like, hear that sound?
No, I don't think so.
I play with the sounds pretty low, so.
Oh, okay.
I never really hear anyone talk.
Like thunder? Like on the ground?
Yeah. It like he shakes the ground. Yeah.
Oh.
So then we have Malik the Pallid, and he was the first member to join the Cult of the Damned. And the Cult of the Damned was basically any living human, or they're mainly humans, but the other creatures that are in the Cult of the Damned, and they pledged their leadership toward Arthas and the Scourge and stuff like that. So he showed a lot of power with harnessing the grave itself, and he just has an insatiable desire for power, and he is biding his time so he can be remade as a lich when he dies. That's about it for him. He's also guarding another one of the ziggurats.
Yeah, not too much. They were one of the mini bosses that even in the description it says there really wasn't much to him. He died pretty quickly and easily, and there's not that much to his lore, to be honest. Cult of the Damned's a little interesting. Like you said, just the living members of the Scourge waiting to become part of them once they die. Then you come across Magistrate Barthalos. I don't really even know how to say his name either. But basically, he was purged by Arthas in the Culling at Stratholme. He was a paladin as well during the Second War. Not a fan of Tyrion because he found out that Tyrion was helping an orc. Very much kind of like almost, from what I read about this guy, he's almost Scarlet Crusade material, like the Scarlet Monastery material, except a little more tolerant of the Alliance, other Alliance races. There's not too much. There's a little bit on him. Apparently, he's been in a couple novels. He was in Blood and Honor. And maybe that was just the only novel. That makes sense. I'm reading a couple things. What else? Am I missing something here? I know he's got a lot there. I don't remember much going over him, though.
He died in Strat. That was about it. So he was remade. So.
Yeah. When he...
I think the thing about the Scourge is that when you try to hold them down, they just keep getting back up.
Yeah, because a lot of them were notable people while they were alive, and then they die and become part of this. And actually, this guy, when you kill him now, he reverts back to his human form, which is kind of cool. I don't think that happens to a lot of people in the game. Just interesting.
So then we have Rammstein. He's the first boss of the slaughterhouse, and he's just like, get ready, because I've had enough. And he just sits together, his guts are falling out all over the place. There's no real story to him. He's an A-bomb. You kill all the A-bombs in there.
I'm gonna try and make him interesting, but he's an A-bomb. And he's in a room
you
full
can
of
see
A-bombs.
all his guts, and just see it all now.
Yes. Yeah, not much
it now.
exciting.
Sorry.
Then we get to the cool part. This is where it's changed in the most recent things. But first, in the original instance of Strath, it was Baron Rivendare, who was the last boss. He was a Death Knight. What was it? So basically, I don't know. What else did we go over him? I went over his son, which we'll get to. He's been moved to... eventually he was moved to Naxxramas. He was just a Death Knight for the Lich King. He was also the guy that everyone ran to try and get his horse.
Yeah.
That was
the
big
By
reason.
the way, this was the first instance that had a mount that dropped in it. So this was a very sought-after instance. People would run it over and over and over again. But back in vanilla, the thing never dropped. It had a 0.001% chance to drop. So it was very rare.
You had to have the Eye of the Tiger and be a fighter in order to farm this mount up.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing. I remember back in the day that there was always this thought that you had to beat the instance fast enough to make that horse able to drop. But I don't think that was ever the case.
Yeah.
That was never the case. It just was this rumor that you were like, I need to beat this very fast in order for this
the Legend
to
of the Ashbringer itself.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking for this Ashbringer, and it's just dancing through the fire.
But then, if you want to talk about his son, who actually takes over for him.
Yeah. So his son, pretty much, you saw him in the first version of Stratholme, and he would help you, he'd assist you, he'd be looking for the holy water, and then at the end, when you're actually fighting Baron Rivendare, he comes in to help you. And he was actually wounded in the battle, and eventually the wounds ended up killing him. And now he's raised in his father's place. He sits in there, and he's now doing exactly what he was trying to fight against.
Poor guy.
He's
he
just
hates
a champion.
it so much, and now he's just doing it.
You can hear him roar to this day.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. This. Other than that, it is kind of a cool story. The guy's dad was an asshole, basically, and he wanted to avenge his family's name, and ends up his dad.
And then just did it. Yeah.
Ends up his dad. Poor guy. Does the mount drop from this guy too? I believe it does. Yeah,
Yes,
you can
the
still
mount
get
still
the Death
drops.
Charges reigns. Yeah. I wonder if it drops more frequently now. I've
It
never
does.
tried
I
to
have
farm it,
one.
but
Yeah, it does. I have one. It took me 5 runs to get when Pandaria started, but I guarantee it's going to take people a lot more than that. But I previously had farmed this thing. I've killed Baron Rivendare and the new one
So
at
many
least
times.
500 times.
yeah.
Does the horse neigh, or the charger neigh louder than a lion?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah. That's a
Just
fact.
curious. I don't have that mount, so too lazy to farm it.
Oh my god, everything is so white.
Because I'm too much of a champion, man.
I don't know. Like, sometimes you get lucky with
Can't
those
wait
things.
to hear you roar.
What?
Yeah.
That's it for that. I don't. Unless you guys did want to talk about. Did you guys do that a lot? You know, I mean, like leveling up.
Not really. I mean, it was frustrating to do, especially trying to just do it at levels. So I'd probably end up yelling, and you'd probably. I can't even.
Oh, I lost you.
Oh, I'm not. No. I'm not even. You think I'm doing? No. I'm just sitting here. I'm not. Okay. Whatever. You just keep thinking that. I don't know why you. Whatever.
Did you
Anyway.
guys want to talk about some of the new Warcraft news this week?
Sure.
Not too much. The Recruit a Friend stuff actually had there were a lot of data mine strings that came out.
Yeah.
But basically, if you piece them together, it kind of seems like it's going to be an in-game like ability. You'll be able to actually do most of the work in game now. That new mount is probably going to be part of the Recruit a Friend.
I'm gonna make sure
there.
to get that mount, and I'll be floating like a butterfly.
Aside from that, I'm not sure we don't know too much about what's changing with the Recruiter Friend. You said maybe you'd be able to select certain prizes. They spoke a little bit about it in the dev roundtable.
Yeah, the developer roundtable, which actually I thought was really cool because that was the first time they really sat down with us like that over video, and it was kind of interesting thing. There's a few little things that they noted. Side note, like gnomes, why they were not in the original cinematic, and that's because they weren't in the game when that was actually planned out, and by the time that they added them to the game, the cinematic was too far along. So there's neat little tidbits in there that even went back to stuff that you didn't really know about and didn't just relate to the current game. But they did mention the Recruit a Friend program in there, and it kind of seems the way that they were going is you're going to be able to recruit a friend, you're going to get a token. And a token is probably going to show up in your tokens tab, miscellaneous tab for your currencies in-game. This is not going to be done through their website anymore. This is something that you're going to see through the in-game, and you're going to be able to go to a vendor or some kind of other source like that and redeem the token for one item of your choosing. So now you get to choose the item you want. They're going to add, it seems the Hippogriff is going to be in there because it just so happens there's a new Recruit a Friend icon and a new Hippogriff icon. Those are the two only icons that they added for this patch. So it's a little coincidental. But
it's still really early on, though. That's the problem.
This is true. But they said that you'll be able to choose between rewards, so you don't have to pick the Hippogriff if you don't want the Hippogriff. And they were leaning toward the fact that you might even be able to pick the old rewards.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, that'd be cool. I kind of like the Nightwing.
So you can actually you'd be able to get the Zevra mount, right?
From way back when.
You could ride on the thing. It's got that horn. You could sting people like a bee. You've earned your stripes.
Ride them rockets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can go from 0 to like super fast your own hero.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, what else happened this week? I think LFR Wing 3 came out. Did either of you guys get a chance to do LFR Wing 3?
Let's not talk about LFR.
I'm going to mention it briefly.
Yeah.
Because I did get a chance to do it.
It's actually a lot easier than Wing 2, surprisingly.
Yeah, we went through it. The only time we actually didn't die until the third Thok, that dinosaur man's. And only because people didn't realize that you have to do every ability in LFR as opposed to only 2. And so we got to the last phase, and they were like, oh, I guess we have to do this. And there's fire everywhere, and everyone died. We kind of switched around the way we did it, and it was fine the next time. It was actually the easiest of the 3 wings so far, I think. What else happened is going on this week? The BlizzCon pre-sale. This is kind of cool. So for any of you guys that are virtual ticketing or going to BlizzCon, you get a chance to go onto the Blizzard store and check out all the items. And I believe you can order it now. And it goes all the way through the last day of BlizzCon, if I remember correctly. Some cool stuff on there.
There is.
I like the. I'm a fan of the.
Sold out already.
Huh?
A lot of it's sold out already, but some things they're getting more of in stock.
Yeah. Well, when I was through, I didn't see much sold out, but maybe they. I mean, I didn't look through.
Well, if it was sold out, it wouldn't appear on the page anymore.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Well, the army, the Zerg army men, Zerg and Marines army men thing looks cool. What else was I saying? The oddly enough, the ones that I saw on there, the ones I thought were cool, were, stuff that's not really BlizzCon specific. It was just like,
I know you were mentioning like the mouse pad.
Yeah, there was a mouse pad I thought was cool for like the World Championship StarCraft. I think the StarCraft 2 Battlecruiser Mega Blocks thing is cool. I don't know if I'd really want to spend $100 on it though, but it looks cool.
The poker set. The poker set looks good for people that play poker with, like, if you play poker and WoW. Like, it looks kind of cool, the chips and stuff like that, but not something I would personally pick up, especially not for that price.
Yeah,
I know the best one that they've sold, I think, is the Murloc plushie. That thing's sold out twice or 3 times already.
The Murloc plushie is pretty cool. It's something I'd like to sit on the shelf behind me, but I can't justify buying it.
You mentioned
right
the Zergling that transforms into a Baneling plushie. That looks awesome. I would really think about getting that. And the Brewmaster figurine looks kind of cool. I might be able to put that up here. I don't know.
You know, Laura would pick that up in a heartbeat. That plushie.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure. I'm sure he's got 2, so he has 1 in each form at all times.
Squishy, you gonna get yourself some bathrobes?
Oh yeah, did you see those bathrobes?
Are you gonna get yourself some bathrobes?
There's the priest tier and the paladin tier. Yeah, if you could pull that up. You gotta read the description. The actual description they have is hysterical.
There we go. Check it out. There we go. Kegels, this one's for you. This is your priest robes. Check it out. See? Tier 5. Let's see, what's it say?
Read the description.
World of Warcraft, house robes, perfect for lounging, raiding, grocery shopping, and formal occasions. This Tier 5 priest-inspired garment features custom head-to-toe embroidery, kimono-inspired sleeves, and a roomy hood for maximum comfort.
Would you go grocery shopping in that?
No. Those things are pretty sweet, though. I just don't think
love the fact that they mentioned grocery shopping.
Is that your Halloween costume?
No.
Maybe.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's some cool stuff. There's some cool posters and things like that. I'd like to see, like, if there's some more stuff that's going to be up there, I'd like to go check it out, hopefully when they get more.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got Merkalot was shown. Let's see if I bring him up. I'm assuming that this guy is for the BlizzCon pet. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. He was actually revealed last week, but we have a video for some of his animations now, and he's just downright comical. I love it.
That's pretty awesome.
Gets sucked away up into the sky. He falls down, his shield's all over the place, then he tries casting some spells. So hopefully they're not super frequent animations that he's always doing. Hopefully they're along the lines of the original Murkies, somewhere where it's kind of rare for him to do it, because it'd get kind of annoying if this thing was running around doing this thing all the time.
Yeah, like, always that?
Yeah.
That would be, yeah. I think it's cool looking. I really like it. That's sweet.
It kind of creeps me out that it's a flesh-colored Murloc.
It's fun.
It's just a little creepy to me.
When are we going to get Trog pets?
Stars.
I want a Trog pet. We're going to work on that. I'm going to get with some of the devs when I get to BlizzCon. You know, I got to pimp the Trogs. We need to represent the Trogs. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all the animations.
Yep.
I mean that's cool. It's a thing they do every year. They always have the
Yeah.
the pets.
And we still don't know what the Hearthstone one is. Exactly.
Right. We don't know what
Yeah.
the Hearthstone card is. Yeah.
I would like to know soon.
Yeah.
Ideally. What did we buy?
Yep. Speaking
Yeah,
of Hearthstone,
What $170 prize did I just buy?
exactly. Speaking of Hearthstone, you guys want to do a crack a pack?
No.
All right, we don't have to.
Well, also at BlizzCon, they're doing the Hearthstone Innkeepers Invitational Tournament, which the tournaments that we've seen so far, people streaming and stuff in like Twitch and stuff. There's been a few contests. Me and Squishy have actually both been in 2, I believe, and
Both got knocked out in the first round.
yeah, we both got knocked out first round.
So, Vince, are you okay?
Huh? Yeah. Why?
You're looking like into the distance, like over there or something.
Yeah, it's my it's where you guys are. I'm looking at you in Skype when I do that. Like I'm staring at you right now.
How are you?
So
Stare at you then.
the so the invitational that they're doing, their take on the tournament is a little bit different. What you do is you come to BlizzCon with 3 pre-constructed decks. You have it registered, ready to go, and you keep playing until you lose. When you lose with that deck is eliminated, and then you have 2 more decks, and you keep going until all your decks are eliminated before you get knocked out of the tournament. So that's something we haven't seen yet, and
I think that's interesting.
yeah, it's definitely an interesting little take on tournament. I'd like to see. I don't know if Magic has done anything like that. I think that'd be a nice little twist on that as well. Sounds like a cool way to do a tournament in general.
I would assume they'd have to be different.
What, the decks, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the decks. Yeah, they have to be different.
Like, are they different heroes? Like, do they have each with a different hero?
I
don't
didn't read
think so.
anything about restriction for heroes or anything like that, so I don't think there is.
If it's any way similar to the way Magic does, what you would do is you go basically take a piece of paper, register the cards that you're going to put in a deck, and play with that deck. There's not really a way for
like,
them to chat.
can't you have like 3 decks with like
You could have.
all just the difference is 1 card difference?
I don't know what their specifics are, but you could technically, I guess, if they're not checking that, which would be a little.
Because we don't know like.
That'd be
because
kind
I
of
don't-
cheesy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna say, "Hey, you have to have 3 different classes." They didn't actually give us more
Well,
info.
that would be my best understanding. That would be the easiest to regulate.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
being on the computer, which is a little harder to do that. I don't. It seems really cool. I think I'd rather go watch StarCraft. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's more exciting. I think.
Yeah.
Until they get a spectator mode, then maybe.
Yeah, maybe if they unveil a spectator mode or something like that, which they could
Possible.
by then. That could be really cool.
You know, but I think maybe they'll surprise us with a windowed full screen mode.
Yeah, maybe.
No, the way they would have to broadcast it, I think, is kind of like if you were to actually go to a World Series of Poker tournament where you have all the people there and the TVs are set away from them so they can't see. So they'd probably have side-by-side screens of what each player has and what each player is playing, something along those lines.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Are you guys excited? I know me and Zista are going to BlizzCon. Are you getting the virtual ticket, Squishy?
I already have it.
Oh,
I already have it.
Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's actually
What if?
less than a month away at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Okay.
crazy.
26 days. And the reason I know this is just really quick off the top of my head. I just want to give a quick little shout out. Happy birthday to Josh Allen, aka Lore.
Oh.
Today is his birthday.
Aw.
Who flew the plane?
Happy
didn't
birthday,
crash it.
little guy.
You can now buy dual spec according to Olivia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting.
How
I
could it
definitely
be-
want to see how it plays out, because this will be like an insight into how they want to make
Yeah.
Hearthstone like a more of a competitive thing. So
Right. What if they had like printed out copies of cards, so you could physically play it rather than on a computer?
it'd be kind of interesting. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would though. I don't. That seems
Yeah.
unlikely, but yeah.
I'd like to have a physical deck, not necessarily to play, but at least
Just the show.
to have. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to do this crack a pack or what? I'm itching. I
Yeah,
got the
let's do
video
Yeah, I
open.
guess so.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I already paused it on the first card, so here we go.
Oh.
First card. We got 3 mana, all classes, Raging Worgen. It's a 3 mana 3/3 with Enrage, Wind Fury, and +1 attack. Zista, how do you feel about this? The Raging Worgen.
I like it. For 3 mana, it's a 3/3. So as a standalone, without even looking at the rest of the text, it's worth its cost. And for the bonus, if you're playing on a class that can deal damage out individually, like a mage, it's perfect class to pick up. Like, or if somebody's got like a 2/2 taunt minion out, you ram it into that, and then you could ram it into something else immediately following it because it gains Wind Fury on that turn with 1 more attack power. So
Yeah. Squishy. Does you
I
like
pretty
the
much agree.
Worgen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good card.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just especially with the it's got value already. You don't even have to read the text. The text is just upside. So I mean, if you get the Enrage and the Wind Fury, hooray! If
So
you
we
don't-
actually all simultaneously agree on a card.
I
Yep.
think so.
Yeah.
I think that just happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, okay.
It's better, like you said, in a mage deck or with one of those dwarves. If you're just trying to fill
Yeah.
the board up, if you play it
Yeah,
down.
you can use things on it that you also have in your cards. You could pair it up with like a Archer, the 1/1 that deals 1 damage to
Yep.
anything. Like you could ping your own minion with that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a mage, but
Yeah.
when you're playing at that point, you have to worry about getting the actual draw and pair it together.
Right.
Yeah.
And most of the things at that stage at 3 mana in the early game will only have 1 or 2 damage,
Yeah.
meaning
not
you
a-
can enrage it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, what do we got next?
Chat room is saying, "Wow, they just saved 10 minutes on this pack because we all agree to it."
All right, here we go. Rogue card, 2 mana, Betrayal. An enemy minion deals its damage to the minions next to it. Squishy,
Sophist, you start. No, you start.
you want me to start? Well, this one
Yeah.
might be the only card I've never seen before. It seems okay. I've never seen it in use. 2 mana, enemy minion deals damage. It could be really good. I think it has a lot of upside, and it's removal, so it's 2 mana removal already decent in my book just because it's so high value to have a removal card, and it deals damage to 2 other minions potentially. Only problem I see it having is similar to multi-shot, where if there's one creature on the board, it's a dead card. But aside from that, I think it's pretty good. I run multi-shot as a hunter, so I would assume I would run this in a rogue deck. Zista, I know you play the rogue deck probably more than any, or have at least previously.
Yeah, I don't play it since the wipe and changes and stuff like that. But it was a card I at least put one of in my deck because it did have its uses. It was extremely situational, so you don't want to waste a slot by having 2 of them in there. Because it requires your opponent to have a lot of minions you need your opponent to at least have 3 minions for it to be effective. It's one of those cards that it's good because it can knock out if the enemy's got a big player right in the middle of 2 weaker cards, you can guarantee that's going to kill everything else, like taunt minions, anything. So for 2 mana, you essentially have the ability to remove 2 other cards from the board, which is amazing. Whereas you may only, like Assassination for the rogue, assassinate, it's 5 mana to remove a minion of your choice. So I've actually used that combination to completely wipe a board, use Assassinate and Betrayal. Or not in that order, obviously, but yeah.
Squishy, how do you feel about this card?
Decent card. Pretty much you said it. There's obviously the interesting aspect of it with like an Emperor Cobra, where it's affected by that, meaning it'll kill anything, which I think is awesome.
That's interesting.
Yep. So like
that's
Squishy, like we were saying, if you drop a Molten Giant in 8/8 and they drop a one of the Cobras right next to it, you can have the Cobra hit the Molten Giant and it'll kill it.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Huh.
that's a good card.
Yeah.
I think the
It's
rogue has
damage.
better removal than betrayal, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, just playing this on any character, betrayal's good, but I think the rogue has better removal options than betrayal, which is why not many you don't see its use.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like how it's worded, where it can do that. That's cool. All right. Moving along. Oh, speaking of removal, we've got Hunter removal. It's a 3-mana deadly shot. Destroy a random enemy minion. Anyone want to take this?
I'll start.
Okay.
It's gone. It's a good card. Like, it just destroys it. No penalty. Obviously, it's the same mana cost as multi-shot, meaning if there's only one minion, you can't multi-shot, but you can use this. But if there's more, then you can use multi-shot. And obviously, this destroys anything, including those nasty tigers and stealth.
Yep.
It's great for stealth cards. You can use it for things that are hidden behind Divine Shield. So there's nothing stopping this card. The only thing why it's not 5 mana like Assassinate is because it's a random minion. So if there's multiple minions on the board, you don't get to choose.
Yeah.
That's the downside of it. So that's why it's 3 mana less. But it's still a really good card.
Yeah. I still prioritize this card over a lot of removal that the Hunter has, just because, like you said, it removes anything. Its downside is its upside, too, whereas its downside is it's random. However, if you clear the board of the other stuff, like the little minions,
Right.
when they have a giant stealth minion, the randomness is actually an upside because it doesn't target anything. So
Correct.
it can be not as useful as it would seem if you're really far behind. But typically, as a hunter, if you're really far behind, anyways, as far as board presence like that, you're not in a good spot, anyways. So you can't look to something
Right.
like this to get you back in the game. So I do really like it, though. It's one of the best hunter cards I think that they have.
Yeah.
So are we 3 for 3 in agreement so
We
far?
are.
So,
Yep,
Hmm.
we are. This is
sure there's
magic.
gonna be some
So far,
disagreement.
we're in magical Christmas land.
Oh, so it still exists regardless.
Oh,
We can't
rare!
get away from it.
All right, Paladin card. We've got an Aldor Peacekeeper, 3 mana, 3/3 Battlecry. Change an enemy minion's attack to 1. Anyone want to take this? Squishy? No, we'll go Zista, I guess.
let's start again. Zista's first again.
It's the Raging Worgen all over again. It's great by a standalone card, and you can change anything, including an 8/8 into a 1/8. So it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think 3 mana, 3/3 says enough there that I'll probably play it, especially if it's arena. So like early game, if they have something that could kill the Aldor Peacekeeper, it defends itself. It keeps itself alive. If you draw,
Exactly.
if you draw it late game, it's fine too. You don't mind
So
putting
it's
a 3/3.
even better, almost.
Yeah, because you could take their big ass dude and be like, it's fine. It's now a 1 whatever. Like it may be tough, but it only has 1 damage. So
Turning
Here's a
Nixia into a
Here-
1/12.
no. Here's a tip. Don't play Deathwing against a Paladin unless they're the cards ever. It doesn't work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Deathwing, Alder Peacekeeper. You now have a 1/12, no board presence, and no cards. Congratulations.
But it's got 12 health though. YOLO.
12 health, yeah. I mean, if you have that like swap thingamajig, but
Yeah, so we're 4 for 4. This pack,
All
pack
right.
is the happiest
all
pack.
right.
Here we go.
Number 5.
Here's the best one here. The rare. Mortal Strike, 4 mana, deal 4 damage. If your hero has 12 or less health, deal 6 damage instead. You want me to take this, I guess?
Sure.
4 damage for 4 mana. I think that's decent. It's pretty good. It's decent removal. 4 damage is going to remove a good amount of things. Plus, it has the upside where if you're at 12 or less health, it does 6 damage. I don't think you want to be there. But with the
Not quite, no.
typically, but with the warrior, you could also be at 12 health, but essentially be at 30 health if you have a ton of armor.
Right.
So there is that too. I think it's good. I'd play it, and I think I haven't played a lot of warrior, but I know the warrior deck you played, Squishy. You had a deck where basically you wanted to lose health.
Right.
You let yourself lose health, and then you get to this point where you hit this like maximum overload where you can play big dudes for free. What did you do? Copy them and then give them charge. Or haste is the magic.
Give them charge and then replace them and play them again.
Yeah, and this card allows you to help clear the board that turn as well. So basically, I think it's one of those cards that works well with the warrior. And it's just got upside. It's got that deal 4 damage plus some upside. So for 4 mana, it's okay. It's not as good as Assassinate for 5 mana, I don't think.
Well, comparing it to the mage as well, which is Fireball 4 mana for 6 damage always.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as great as that, but it's still decent.
Yeah.
That's actually a common. Like, it's or not even common. That's in your starter deck for the mage.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. And a lot of the warrior's removal is under.
Yeah, the warrior depends on a lot of times on their weapons for removal. And their board presence, I think, and just being able to take that damage by like use a weapon, have armor, hit them, don't take really as much damage. So for the warrior who's already kind of limited with his removal, I think it's good. You're gonna play this card if you have it.
I hate it.
Wow, just coming out there and saying it.
I think it's fine. I just didn't want to agree with the whole pack.
We're the happiest family ever this week. Yay.
Yeah.
We can't even debate how bad a card is. This is the worst.
Every week we talk about this place called Magical Christmas Land. And it's usually because a card can be used for this one special circumstance where it works amazingly.
Okay, so...
However, this entire pack that we opened itself represents a Magical Christmas Land, because this is the one and only time you will ever hear us all agree on an entire pack.
Every one of these cards is useful, so I mean, it's a pretty good pack if you ask me. Like, if you got that, you're pretty happy. Yeah, you didn't get anything flashy, but I got 5 usable cards, so that's cool.
Which would you say is the best card of these cards, and which is the worst card of these cards? Because we can't agree to this entire episode.
Best card, Deadly Shot. Worst card, Betrayal.
I have to agree.
God damn it! I don't want to agree. I don't want to agree. I don't want to agree, but I play the rogue. I mean, I play the hunter a lot too, so like that. I want to take Deadly Shot there.
This is Magical Christmas Land.
It is.
It is the embodiment of Magical Christmas Land.
This is the worst.
Oh, you know what else? Magical Christmas Land. Jasper decided to show up.
Oh man.
Well, what else happened? IEM finished today for StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
That's right. I know some StarCraft news. What?
Sadly, I don't. I wish I knew more about StarCraft. We need to get people in here to help us with StarCraft stuff.
From what I know about the StarCraft news, the finals were really boring and the semifinals were better, just like League.
Oh, weird.
There you go.
Yeah.
See there, Luke. I do know StarCraft news. Suck it.
Let's just hit some Diablo 3 news, and then maybe we can go jump into the giveaway that we've been broadcasting all over the interwebs. Zista, do you want to hit
the interwebs? You mean Twitter?
Yeah, well, that's on the interwebs.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit this pre-order pack DLC business that they announced for Diablo? Well, I don't even know they announced. It's out there now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually out there. Basically, if you pre-ordered Diablo 3 for console, you got an Infernal Helm, which is exclusive to the console. It's a helmet that gives you plus experience bonus whenever you're equipping it. And then it gave you, the Angelic Wings and the 2 bottles of dye, the Cloud and Smoke dye, which I'm pretty sure that you got with the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition for PC, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure you got that for that. But yeah, it was a pre-order bonus only, and apparently now it is available on Xbox Live. I don't know if it's available on PS Network yet, but it's $5. So basically everything that you got for just pre-ordering the game is now cost you $5 if you want it. Do you think that's a reasonable price for this DLC pack? Or?
It seems okay to me. $5 is not a lot, I don't think, in terms
It's
of...
a third of the price of the helm in WoW, so why not?
That's true. I'm more likely to buy this than the helmet. That's for sure.
But it's cosmetic stuff only, which means it's not required. So it's okay.
Yeah. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah. I like the fact that they're coming out with some kind of like DLC stuff for the consoles. So they still have the opportunity to get stuff that they may have missed. But see, what do you guys feel on the wings and stuff? Because like I'm almost positive that was collectors only. Right?
It was.
I think the only thing that's in here was the banner that you got from the collector's edition. I don't see that anywhere in the console version. So basically, what they're saying is if you play this game on console, you have access to the same stuff that you have on the PC for the collector's edition in-game at any time you want. Whereas the PC version, you can't get these items any other way.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. Honestly, I don't even like the wings.
Yeah, I don't.
I've played with them.
It's all cosmetic, so
I've seen them.
whatever.
They're not really...
I'm just curious why they made the decision that PC players can't buy an add-on pack to get these items, but the console gamers can.
Different crowd. So like I think if you basically say, hey, those of you guys that bought the collector's edition to get this stuff, now everyone can have it, is a little weird. But like if it's for the console, then it's not the same game, so it's less abrasive to that community, I guess. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think people will, because they didn't like take things away from the PC guys, and
Right.
Yep. I think that's it. I think we'll end the podcast. We'll do the giveaway in post show. How's that sound? I don't think it'll be that exciting to listen to. So
Agreed.
We did it. Look at this. We did a short show this week. We did it.
Holy crap! It's because our Crack-a-Pack. You guys didn't argue about how bad a card was this week.
Next week we'll find a card that we're like, no, it's not just bad. That shit is fucking bad, like really bad.
And then this is gonna be like, it's not that bad, but it's bad.
No, it's really bad, but I'll argue why it's bad from a completely different perspective.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's bad because of this. No, it's bad because of this.
Wait, so does the pirate deck have synergy now after the patch?
Yes, it was in the patch. It was in the patch notes.
So you guys can follow me at twitter.com/Zista with an underscore.
Oh man! All right, we'll actually do it. There you go, Zista. Where can the people find you? You just said it, but say it again, please.
No, it's
Please
right
just
there.
say it one
I'm
more
pointing.
time. Just say
If
it
you're
again.
listening, open your eyes. You can also follow us on YouTube. Our videos for the podcast are hosted on Dead Zista, and I've started TV show podcasts, which you can get at ASO TV Podcast, I believe it is. I'm gonna actually have.
You don't even know.
The name was taken, so
We're doing so many things. It's fine.
yeah. Started.
He's
He's
something
doing
like
so
that.
many things.
Yeah.
Yes, ASO TV Podcast.
All right, Squishy. What about you? What you got going on? What's new? Where can the people find you?
I am on Thanksgiving weekend, so I get tomorrow off.
Thanksgiving is until November.
And yeah, I like WoW and Hearthstone.
All right. Then we can find you at Squishy. SQUISHEI.
Thank you, Sophist.
Thank you.
Having trouble spelling today.
Well, I just read it off the screen. I'd never be able to do it from memory. I'm terrible.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. Anytime.
When does this podcast air again?
Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern, daylight or standard time. What's up? You can find me at The Real Sophist or Twitch TV/The Real Sophist, thehxc.com, and on iTunes. So we will get with you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I need someone to talk because I forgot to open up the audio for the go away music because I'm terrible.
Have you guys ever heard Katy Perry's song Roar?
I don't know.
No.
That's not it.
No, that's it. I found it, except you can barely hear it. Perfect. Thanks, guys. We'll try it again. That's fine. next week. The outro will be better. We'll see you guys later.